ఓకేనా? షేర్ చేస్తున్నా చూడండి. మళ్ళీ పోర్ట్రేట్లో ఉందా? ఎన్ని సెట్టింగ్స్ మార్చాలి సార్ ఇది? సార్ మొబైల్లో బాగానే ఉంది. తిప్పాలా ఇప్పుడు? తిప్పా.
I think you can switch off these things. This one you can start.
సిస్టంలో కదా వదిలేండి, మొబైల్లో బాగానే వస్తుంది.
What are the departments available here?
ఇంకెంతకు మించి క్లారిటీ వస్తుంది.
So
సరే పెడుతున్నాడు.
See, when we started negotiating with these people, that was research papers to patents to the projects. Later, when we thought that who are the people going to attend and other things, then I came to know that complete institute and Google people also will come, sir, like that is told. So then I said, okay, if that is the case, then let me concentrate on it. See, fundamental thing that I will be whenever you sorry. So the fundamental mistake that I did when 2008 and 2009, I published my paper. Later my so what I did is I published my paper in 2007. I submitted my paper and it got accepted. In those days, 2006 and 7, it takes normally 7 months to 1 year paper publication months. So my paper got published. So then my supervisor felt, oh, this can be patentable. Then went to the patent office and we sat to the patent office and we have drafted everything and other things, and we did almost all 3 months. Then when we are discussing, we said that this is the paper that came out of this and other things. Then he said to me that if you have already published, you cannot patent it. Okay? The biggest mistake that we did is, whenever you want to do the patent should come first, not the publication. If you have published already, that does mean that you have already opened the, for example, in my case, that is the materials basically. So I have opened up the materials, composition, details, and so on. Okay. So the mistake what I did is that anyhow, since if you know antivirus, you can develop virus. That's not the problem. So I don't know much about computer science. If I know the composition, I know how to violate that. Say for example, I have 8 ingredients, 10 ingredients. So I can change it and I can remake a new material, and we have patented it. In fact, we have patented almost all 8 patents till now. So, and most important, when the person goes to an interview in IIT or in NIT or something, the biggest thing is that, sir, I have 10 patents. So they said, okay, very good, very good. The next question they will ask is, how many are the sustainable patents? Sustainable patents are how much revenue that you are getting. How many patents have been commercialized? So this is the question that is. Nowadays, many institutions are following the norms of patenting number of patents. Recently, I think you might have seen that one of the institute, because I am sitting in the official position as a HOD, I cannot name any institute. You have to forgive me for that. So some institutes are publishing almost more than 1,000 patents per year, and some institutes which are more than all combining 23 IITs. So there are people, but but is a very dangerous word in English. Do you accept or not? I love you, but you should be Akash Ambani. So, but is a very dangerous word. Okay. So what I mean to say is that how many patents you have commercialized, how many patents you have earned the money, and the first question that they asked me when I said when I want to move from IIT Guwahati to IIT Tirupati, the first question they asked me, I said I have almost 5 patents. The next question they asked me, how much revenue that you have generated. The revenue generation that you can do when and only situations like either if you have given the royalty to say company, like 2 years royalty, 3 years royalty, or 4, so many years of royalty, or you give a perpetual license, lifelong license or something. These are the main things. But I said I have hand around so my supervisor, because I patented it along with my supervisor, so supervisor have a supreme authority because I am not part and parcel of the regular employee of the IIT Kanpur because I am a student there. So he is a faculty, so he has a power. So I asked him, he gave the data, I have presented the data, this is the data. So in that way, they get a good thing that is patenting is done, money is generated, and there are a lot of problems on there. What are the problems is, what we have done is we have given a license for 2 years. Assume that I want to make a stainless steel or copper alloy. Simple example. I want to make one thing. So what the thing is that the company practically takes for 2 years royalty. Once they take the royalty, that means that they know everything from the compositions to the protocols of manufacturing, everything. So what the company did is, wherever they have taken for a machine basically. So wherever I put a screw and bolt and nut, they put a wherever I put alien screw, they put a screw and nut, right? And they say that your system is different, my system is different. After 2 years, so now is where we fail as an academician is that we know how to approach lawyers, how to tackle the issue, and we say rather than fighting with them, just get. So these are the major some of the things. There are some things that you can come up. So now laws are, you should know not only computer science engineering, AI and ML, you should also know laws. Law 29 क्या बोलती है, law 32 क्या बोलती है in patent sector. So there is a one law that if 80% or 70% is matching with the existing technology, then you can put a case against it, even though he uses screws or bolts. I am talking about, see, most of the time I talk about mechanical engineering. Okay. So, however, what I am going to talk is generalized now. Before that, since I have to do also justification to the patents, to papers, to technology, to the projects, and other things. And now you have done paper publication. Paper publication, patenting, there is a slight difference in it. So, can you tell what is the difference between a paper publication and the patent? You don't tell the non-technical. I am asking about technical difference. You understand technical difference, non-technical difference. So you can publish a paper normally in the range of TRL 1 to 3 years, which is a basic research. Basic. When you want to go for a patent technology, you should also move TRL level up to 5 or 6. TRL level means technology readiness level. Okay. If you publish the graphs, input versus output, what are these and other things, paper is fine. But when it comes to the patent, a certain company want to purchase, you say that these are my graphs with respect to these. They say we don't. Repeatability of the process. For example, if I am repeating the same process in their company, is it give the same results and accuracy levels of what are the components that they are talking about? So these are all not accountable in terms of paper publication. Paper publication will be normally a groundbreaking. Most of the time we cannot break the ground because sitting at India, it is very because our grooming is not right direction because our father will చేయబట్టుకుని లా నడిపిస్తారు కాబట్టి our grooming is not like US grooming or Japanese grooming or Japanese grooming. So after 6 months they will throw the baby into different room. Mother, father sleep in one room, 6 months baby will sleep in another room. So this is called hair. So let me remove A. I will use my intelligence rather than this one. I am audible to the last person. Okay. Let me use only I. So what the thing is, slight changer is there, or you have to change this? They have to change. Okay. So what I mean to say is that the grouping is it. So there is a lot of difference between the what we groom our children. Nowadays, every children is becoming phone addictive and screen addictive and other things. Okay, so we cannot break the ground now because there are two types of research that one normally do. One is qualitative research, another one is quantitative research. We mostly concentrate on quantitative research. We do lot of experiments and publish lot of graphs, analysis for it and other things. Normally, reading, we just check where is the area where there are only few publications are there, like 5, 6. There is somebody have already broken the ground, so we just already there is a drilled hole. We just enlarge the hole. That's all. So that's how we break the ground. So that means that the very good thing that I always suggest to you is whatever is our strength, already somebody break, we break further. It's a good thing and you enlarge. When you enlarge, that is area where you are going to the acquisition. So now once you do it, you pay then you to the or you present these technologies to the companies and companies will pitch you a lot of projects. Okay? So looking at that, many people here, what we made is what are the funding opportunities? Because everybody want money. We also want money and you also want money. Okay? Every people want the money. So what are the funding opportunities for the researchers as well as the funding opportunity for the professors? This is what I am going to talk. And meanwhile, if you have any type of suggestions or comments or queries, you can stop me and ask me. Okay? So I normally have bias because wherever I have projects, wherever I handle the projects, wherever I am the board member of these funding agencies, I am the board member for SCRB, which is called ANR. I am the board member for that one. Every time I go for the board meeting, we are the core team for evaluating and other things. I also have IGSCC, Indo-General Science Center. So first I will concentrate where I know some intricate details, what happens behind the scenes. Okay? So later I will tell you, but publicly don't ask me some things, publicly I can't tell also. If you have any particular query, so I will tell you. Okay? Some secrets I cannot tell publicly also. If you have any such, yeah. So you have a spectrum of basic research and international oriented as well as you have private and public partnership oriented. There are three varieties of this next. Okay. Okay. I am going to talk on. Many people are known for SCRB, which is now they renamed it as ANRF, and DST, Department of Science and Technology. And under DST, I have one project that is under Indo-Japan. I'm a visiting professor to University of Hokkien University and physics scientist, fan of IIT Institute for Laser Technology. So what happens there? On which basis the funding agency will be there? You should target that one because the range of the projects. So that's why I gave you CSR, DSIR, product, DRDO, ISRO, BARC, and what are the programs for international travels, CSR, next please. So these are the other funding agencies like biotechnology. For example, electronics people works on biomems and so on. So DBT, Department of Biotechnology, BIRAC, and ICMR, which is all related to bio, I will be talking. Some of the things I am not going to talk because of the time constraints. Next. Okay. So yeah, next. But anyhow, I gave you for next. So, what is hot cake now? Because where you can get funding before I enter into SARP. Quantum machine, you have a lot of money because many are you from computer science and electronics and communication. You see semiconductor machine. Semiconductor machine, as I don't know how many of you know that there are 5 semiconductor manufacturing are going to come in India. So the electronics and communication guy will not get job. It looks like a semiconductor. But 70% of the jobs in semiconductor industry will be occupied by anybody? Which metallurgy? No, any other? Mechanical, I expected that you will mechanical. If it is mechanical, I will have smile actually. Electronics, chemical engineering. So 70% of the semiconductor industry require chemical engineering. So the future will be partially for chemical engineers in terms of semiconductor manufacturing. You cannot say 70%, you can say Anderson A&RF Prime Minister Early Career Researcher. Okay? So the name is slightly changed. Next one is Empowerment and Equity of Excellence, EMEQ. There is there, National Postdoctoral Fellowship, core research grant for you. Many of you, core research grant is very good. Mathematical research matrix. If you are from mathematics department or mathematical lover. Because for mathematics, no, you can have love in computer science also. Nobody bothers. So mathematics is a basic thing for an engineer. So if you have a new type of problem, but you can solve the problem, but the problem to this problem is they will not give you more than 3 lakhs. That is the only problem. Okay. Next. Yeah. Startup grant, which is called Prime Minister Early Career. This I am the core one. Okay, there are 12 people are there, which is heading by Professor Pala by some of them. And then for next 5 years, just I incubated. I am there in lot of committees for your information. I am there in SCRP, NRF, and then UGC. And day before yesterday, I also entered into HABS. Recently. So 2 days back. So the words between the lines between the words are words between the lines. Something. What I mean to say is that whether you are eligible or not. First question is you should see that whether you are eligible or not. The eligibility criteria clearly says that you should be in the first 2 years of your career. So where the mistake is, because when I was reviewing, some people was made ready. Because when the report comes to us, we see some red marks. I ask you why these red marks is there. They said, sir, these people are not eligible. On which basis? So they are within the 2 years, but they shifted from one institute to another institute. See, the rule says, point number one, if you just started your career, you completed your PhD, and you just joined an RI engineering college, you are eligible within 2 years of joining. Point number one. Here there is another drawback. Assume that the institute has, let's not talk about Narayana, let's talk about some university, government university. Assume that they have taken you and first year they put you on a tenure track, which is not a regular position. Then you may apply for it, definitely. They may consider, they may not consider, that's a different story. When you convert, assume that you are there in a tenure track in RI engineering college, assume that you are temporary faculty for 3 years. And then you become a regular faculty in the 4th year. So you are eligible for 4th year and 5th year. Because you may not be given certificate that you are an employee of certain government, assume that government, you are on tenure track. So that is eligible. You are getting my point? The eligibility is either you completed your PhD, joined as a regular faculty, first 2 years you are eligible. Straightforward answer for that one. Second one, assume that the university recruited you as a tenure track, which is not a regular one, on a consolidated pay scale or something, and the institute is not giving you a recommendation saying that you are not a regular employee. In that circumstances, once you become a regular employee, from there you can eligible, but not that you worked here for 10 years in Narayana Engineering College and you are changing to some other engineering college. I joined just now with Gitanjali Institute for the first 2 years, I am eligible. No. Those people will mean that some people from SRM college or any other college, they move to some other engineering college, university abroad, and say outside the state, and they apply. So those people are, sir, this is purely for the young who are starting their research. You got my point? Okay, so you can go up to 65 basically. So these are all old slides, slightly old. Previously it was up to 50 lakhs, now you can go up to 65 lakhs also. Yeah. Audible though? Okay, next. It can go up to duration of 3 years. And suppose if you think that you can complete in 2 years, you can do. And most important thing that I have to always tell you, or anybody I will tell you, is you don't write too much less. For example, my criteria is 60 lakhs. You should target at least 35, 30 to 40. If you write too much less, I am a private engineering college, they may not give me. If you write 16 lakhs or 18 lakhs, there is a possibility though, even though it's a very branded, assume that they are selling at very less price. It's a bit defective. People think that cut process will be different. No, you are a MIT graduate and you are not taking dowry. That coming with problem. People think in that direction, right? So the same. So the thing is that you should target in a medium range. You should target like 30 plus. So that's all. You also have a good credibility. At the same time, okay, he's genuinely asking for that. You are getting it. Genuinely asking the money is most important. Next. So this is for the faculty who belongs to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Okay, this only for those faculty who are belonging to the reserved category people, and you can apply any time. This will come every year once. Okay, I request the competent authorities, you should find them and you should encourage them, because the probability of getting this particular funding is very high. Okay, because many of the people don't know about this funding. Point number one. Point number two, the competition is less. Competition is less. So you have pretty chances to get, and this funding also goes almost on 50 to 60 lakhs. Again, the rules say, if you are from an engineering college, you should target reasonably equitable. Not, see, the biggest mistake that we see in a funding agency when we are reviewing, if it is a 60 lakh project, the maximum, the funding will be 59 lakhs, 90,000, 94 rupees. Exactly matches actually. Reverse engineering they will do. Okay, first they will write this and they will match. So that you should not do. Okay, so that will give you a negative impact on your proposal. If it is a 60 lakh project, 59.999, that is very bad. Okay, so don't target that one. At the same time, you don't target like 49.99. 99 business, big bazaar ka business hai, हमारा business नहीं है. Okay, so you should be bit cautiously. And the second biggest mistake that you try to do is, you don't calculate properly the JRF amounts, project staff. Whenever we receive one of the funding project we have received from Nellore, I don't want to tell the institute name, I don't want to tell anything, ACRP, Startup Research Grant. Okay, I know the person met me personally, after rejection everything. I said it is rejected. It was 65 lakhs is the maximum budget. Sitting at a private engineering college in Nellore, targeting 62 point something. It is, people think that it is on higher side. I don't know whether the person is sitting here, I don't know. Other, apart from engineering Narayana, nobody outside is not very. Okay, so what I mean to say is that targeting 63 crores, 63 lakhs for a private engineering college, it's very difficult for us to convince ourselves as a member or something. I'm not saying as a member or something, anybody. So realistically, it's regarding us. I should be a bit cautious about it. So if you want realistic answers, you don't record. Okay. If you want to record, I cannot tell many things. Better to deal with. Because I spoke many things that I was not noticed very much. So, because now I took the Nellore also, the person from Nellore. Because as a core committee member, I should not speak